let's talk about geo arbitrage. So, geo arbitrage interests me a lot. It's something I've been experimenting with as an entrepreneur, and it's something I think we could all benefit from if we rethink how we think about life, work, travel, and so on. So, geo arbitrage basically means enjoying a better life by moving somewhere else. That's what it means in short. So moving somewhere else could mean moving to a new country, or it could mean moving to a new town in the same country. And the reason why you would do this is simply that it's expensive to earn money. That's what it is. If you have to live in the city to be able to travel to work every day, you end up spending a lot of money just to be able to support your lifestyle and your work, and mostly your work. And the example which I think is the most powerful is this. If you spend $5 every morning on a latte, and that's not expensive. I mean, Starbucks in most countries is $5. That $5 over 10 years compounded at 8% interest equals $27,467. So $5 every day totals nearly $30,000 over 10 years. And that's after tax. So if you were to spend $5 every day on a latte, you're spending $50,000 of salary. So for the average American, that means one whole year has disappeared on paying for a single latte. It just seems crazy. So when you think about it, it's not just a latte. There's a whole bunch of things which we have to spend just to maintain our work lifestyle. A latte is one thing, but what about the other things, like, for example, eating out, buying lunch, or getting a bigger car, and then traveling to work? So if you have to live in a more convenient location to get to work, you have to pay more money on rent, and that rent money adds up. So even though you may be earning more money, you're also spending more money. So that leads to the conclusion that the more you earn, the more you spend. That's why most people end up where they started. And that's also why, even when you were a student, you could make $10 last a day. But now, $10 just doesn't last a day. It barely lasts one meal time. So there's this illusion that you will earn more money in the future and you will become better off financially, but it rarely happens because of increasing lifestyle spend to support, increasing responsibilities and work lifestyle. So geo arbitrage is really trying to escape that trap. And you can do it in two ways: new country, new town in the same country. And there are two reasons why geo arbitrage helps you escape that trap. And this is what I've been experimenting with. The first one is that you don't have to buy that latte every day. That's one obvious reason. So let's say you change your lifestyle and now you don't have to work in an office in town every day and you've opted to work at home. So maybe you've got a new job, or maybe you started your own business. Well, what that means is, yes, you may end up starting with a lower salary or lower income, but you end up spending a heck of a lot less. So let's say you're spending $10 less a day on the lattes and the lunches and the travel. Well, that's nearly $100,000 over 10 years, which is incredible if you think about it. So that means you don't have to earn as much to maintain the same lifestyle. And then also on top of that, you've got all the time that you're saved from not traveling. So when I was commuting to an office in London, when I had a business there and a successful business, I was spending a lot of what I was earning on maintaining that lifestyle. So travel, accommodation, and so on. But when I started asking, what if I didn't need an office in the center of town, the thing started falling apart in a positive way. So I found that by not having an office in the center of town, we didn't need to chase every single deal now. We didn't need to chase every single customer because, the first 10,000 revenue that you earned that month through the business was just going to pay for the lifestyles for your employees traveling to work. So if that's the case, then you don't need to say yes to every deal and every customer, and that gives you a lot more freedom. So you're creating this monster which just needs feeding all the time. And the more you feed the monster, the bigger it grows. And the bigger it grows, the more it needs to eat. And you've got to escape that trap. So the first way that Geo Arbitrage helps is by the immediate decluttering of these daily expenses, which really, don't make any difference in your lifestyle. You don't notice $5 latte every day. It's just one of those things. As you start earning more money, you start thinking, well, I can afford that now, or well, I deserve that now. But we don't think about how these things add up over 10 years. And the second reason why Geo Arbitrage can help is you can get a lot better deals in different countries. So to live the millionaire lifestyle in America, for example, or Europe, $1 million is not going to go very far. If you wanted to rent a villa by the sea with, a minimum 3 bedrooms, anywhere in United Kingdom or United States, you're going to be paying north of, $20,000 a month for anywhere half decent. So, if you want a villa, 3-bedroom villa with a pool, near the sea, a beautiful setting and so on, $20,000 is the starting point. And that's not necessarily the best of those deals out there. But what could you get in different countries? And the reason why you ask that is because maybe what you're working towards in your lifestyle, your expensive lifestyle, is a big goal which requires you do lots of things like build a big business, make lots of money in the business so you can pay yourself a percentage of that money just so you can have that villa by the sea with the pool. Well, maybe that's tail wagging the dog again. The tail wags the dog when you have a situation where you end up having an expensive lifestyle. And as a result of that, you have to have an expensive or a very stressful or busy work situation just to pay for that lifestyle. So if you were, like I said, looking for that dream outcome where you could have that villa by the sea, you would need to be getting $20,000 a month net income, and that's just the rent. So your earnings must be, north of $500,000 a year. However, if you were to move to a different country, let's say you moved to Thailand, for 80,000 Thai baht, 80,000, which is approximately $3,000, you could have the same. So you could have a luxury villa by the sea for 80,000 baht. So what am I saying? Well, the millionaire lifestyle in America or the UK is very expensive, that luxury lifestyle. But in different countries, it's a lot more affordable. And you might say, well, if I move to Thailand, if I set up my business in Thailand, I would lose half my revenue in the business. I'd lose half my clients. Well, we've just shown that maybe you don't need half the clients. You could end up with the same or better lifestyle by just having a more affordable lifestyle. But it's actually the same lifestyle, but better. So, what you needed to earn to get that lifestyle in America was $500,000. But maybe in Thailand, you only need to earn $50,000 or $100,000. And if that's the case, you can change how you do business. And this is what I've been learning. This is really the what if questions that Geo Arbitrage raises. A lot of what we do, as I say, the tail wags the dog. A lot of what we do, we don't question. We just think that that is what we need to do to achieve this outcome. Whereas if we were to challenge that and pull it apart, we could go and change our lives. We don't necessarily have to move to new countries and new continents. We could do this within the same country, move from the big city to a town or to the countryside, and we could get a lot more. But we feel that we have to constantly go up this ladder, have to spin the hamster wheel faster to get towards our goals. But, there's two reasons why that doesn't happen. The $5 latte is one example. And the second one is you need to earn a heck of a lot of money to get that lifestyle, and you can get it a lot cheaper somewhere else. So this is what I've been experimenting with, Geo Arbitrage, and I'm finding that when you take advantage of Geo Arbitrage, it's not just money, but it's choice and freedom. If you could earn good money in America or UK or wherever, you could take those skills and apply them somewhere else, especially if you were an entrepreneur. And the fact that most business can be done online now means where you're based in the world doesn't really matter. So what if you could still earn that money that you earned in America, but live in Thailand? And there are people doing that. There are people who are getting things made in China, exporting those things to America and living in Thailand. And they're outsourcing their operations to people in India or the Philippines, wherever. But you've got to ask, what if? You've got to ask, what if I didn't need this thing in my life that I'm paying a lot of money for? Or what if I didn't need to live in central New York or central London? What kind of business would I need? What would my business look like? So these are the kind of questions you've got to ask. So those are my thoughts on Geo Arbitrage. Be really interested to hear what you think as well. So leave a comment. Let me know. Share with me your own successes and failures in Geo Arbitrage. And this is an ongoing conversation. It's a journey. A lot of people are discovering what Geo Arbitrage is for the first time. And once they discover it, they realize, wow, that's possible.